pray for, every night and every day for. You give it all, then you give more. That's good for footy.
Well, good evening, everyone. How are you? Nice to see you. Welcome along here to the Tivoli Club at 291 Dandenong Road in Windsor. Welcome along to the Collingwood night. You excited about this? I'm pretty pumped as well. I'm looking forward to having the boys out here. We won't muck around. We'll get them out here with too much further ado. Welcome along to the That's Good Footy panel show. This is the only live and interactive footy panel show going around in Australia. This is where the fans meet the players and the players meet the fans. Tonight you'll do that. It'll make a lot more sense as the show goes on. Let's get them out here. What do you reckon? Yeah, all right. Please welcome to the show then. He's our first panellist. He was born on the 9th of March 1993. He's played a total of 161 games and he's kicked a total of 96 goals. He made his AFL debut back in 2012. When he plays for the Collingwood Football Club, he wears the number 7 on his back. Please welcome to the stage, Adam Treloar. Sitting where you like, mate. Nice to have you. How is he? How good is this? Yeah, please, put your hands together. This is an All-Australian. Well done. Nice to have you, mate. Really nice to have you. And I'm pleased that you've got a week off and you can just get into it nicely. You've been back down at the club this week just doing a few things and getting ready. First game you'll come out against the Cats at the MCG. You must be pumped for that. Yeah,
it's nice to have a break.
Yeah.
It's nice to get away and relax for a bit and let the feet up. But yeah, obviously Friday we've got a main session and then attack the week from there. So really looking forward to next week.
Good on you, mate. Well done. Congratulations on Collingwood getting there. That's been half the challenge and now you've done that. So well done. Let's get our second panellist out here, ladies and gentlemen. He was born on the 29th of June 1990. He's played a total of 181 games and kicked a total of 88 goals. He made his AFL debut back in 2011. When he plays for the Collingwood Football Club, he wears the number 38. Please welcome to the stage, Jeremy Howe. Hey, Jez. Hey, mate. We did say hello out the back, but, you know, for all sundry purposes, we like to say hello again, don't we? How are you, Jez? Coming down from the dizziest heights of another Mark of the Year contender?
Yeah. I'm feeling good, mate. So
Yeah.
Good time of year, so freshen up this week and into it next week.
Hey, tell me this before we get started. Do you guys feel it? You know, you can see everybody's out cutting the lawns at the moment and everything's starting to come into bloom. You can smell the fresh cut grass. Yep. You know, you get all those emotions that are tied up with knowing that spring's around the corner and you're moving into footy finals. What's it like for you? Just give us that first emotion.
It's a real strainer because I was talking about something the other day that the season feels like it's started and gone already before.
Yeah, right.
So last year when we finished in the finals, you obviously didn't get the end result in the grand final, but you kind of just wanted to almost skip round 1 to 23 to try and get back to finals again. But a lot of luck's got to happen and you've got to play well to get there. And we're here with the same opportunity as last time. So top 4, it's an exciting time. I'm sure the fans are up and about because we are.
Absolutely, yeah. It was funny. I noticed Nathan was doing the rounds, doing a little bit of talking footy last night. And he'd mentioned the fact that the question was asked, how's the squad? You know, how's the team going injuries wise compared to this time last year? And you're actually in better shape this year than you were last year. And you had a lot of injuries last year, and you've had the same amount this year.
Yeah, almost. It feels like we're coming out the other end. It's almost like going into the finals, we were sort of limping over the line. And I know Howie and I we weren't playing this time last year. We got back to playing the finals, so it almost feels like it's going that way. We're getting Geordie obviously comes back. Aishi throws his hand in the ring. Reedy, Daniel Wells, others who've put their name up. Obviously Jaden Stevenson comes back from suspension, so. There's quite a few guys, but, you know, we've had a really good month. We've won 4 games in a row. It's hard to change a winning team. So, we look forward to a solid week of training by all the boys and then obviously picking our best side.
Yeah, and they're things that we will go through, obviously, when I do get to the tipping and so forth. But just off the top, what I wanted to allude to is just that you know, how you feel personally coming into the finals for this time. My point being is that this time last year, as you just said, you weren't, but now you are. What's different for you? What's changed? What's your routine?
Individually? I hadn't done my hammies, so I wasn't
That's
8
one
weeks
big thing.
rehab of doing my hamstrings.
Yeah.
But well, the biggest thing for me is I've played every game. I've had a consistent year where I feel like I've consistently gone out there and performed reasonably well. I think I'm at an age where, in the next 3 to 4 years, I'll hopefully be at the peak of my powers. So I'm excited. I'm excited to go into the game. Not scratchy. Last year I was sort of rushed back. Felt like I was nowhere near where what I was capable of. So going into the game next week, it's going to be nice to be, fully fit. Really take it up to him and give ourselves a really good opportunity and give myself a good opportunity to perform in September.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing, please, throw your hands together. It's going to be heaps of opportunity to clap tonight, don't worry. What I wanted to ask, is there any redemption from the loss from the grand final? Does that play is there anything in there?
No, it doesn't. With any luck, they don't make it through first week of finals. So. It's a new season.
Sorry, Jeremy, can I just interject? What I actually meant, I wasn't saying against West Coast, I just meant getting that all the way to the big stage and then just missing out the way that you did. Is there any redemption from that, saying we want to go all the way and this is our opportunity? We've got a good core group of people that we love. I know that you guys keep referring to the fact that you love each other down at the club because there's a really good core group of individuals that you love working with. Is there redemption for that?
Well, I think we're in a really good position to be able to get it done. I think we were last year. We're kind of making up the numbers towards the end of the season last year, but like Adzi said, we've got blokes that are coming back at the right time of year. Understandably, that like Steve hasn't played for 10 weeks, but he's a young guy who just provides enthusiasm. So it's not really, he's not going to miss a touch. But we're in a really good position to be able to perform. With any luck, we can go all the way this time, but. It's not as if we're going to try extra hard because we got runner-up last year. We gave it all last year and we fell short by 5 points. So we'll roll out and try and perform this time around and hopefully it goes our way this time.
Yeah, good. I think this is the exciting thing about the finals is that a lot of the teams have got a lot of their stock coming back in, so there's going to be no excuses unless you're Geelong and you're not playing down at Kardinia Park. I think that's about the only excuse there is.
You said it.
So very quickly we'll get over that because we don't want to talk about that and it's not relevant and it's not a topic that needs to be discussed. But let's go into a couple of little different things because whilst we've got the fans here, we'll find out a little bit more about you. The reason we do that is because we want to get them up a little bit later on and see how much they've been listening. So we'll go through all this. Let's do it in our first segment, ladies and gentlemen. It's called What About Me? There you go. Some people are singing Shannon Knoll, some people are singing Moving Pictures. All right. We know your age demographic when you start doing that. What I want to do this, I know you boys have been on the show before and it's not for my benefit, it's just for the individuals that haven't seen the show. Where did you both grow up? Where did you grow up first, Jess?
Yeah, so I grew up in a small town called Dodgers Ferry, so a little coastal town about half an hour southeast of Hobart in Tassie.
Okay.
Yeah, I grew up in Dandenong, just down the road.
Cool. That's it. Yeah, Dandenong, leave it at that, all right? Don't ask again. All right, who did you barrack for growing up? Who was your team, Jess?
Collingwood.
Collingwood, good.
I went for Carlton.
Carlton? Okay, yeah. He's serious.
Oh, not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. Relax, all right. Who was your favourite footballer when you were growing up?
Yeah, Bucks.
Bucks?
Yep.
Mine was Anthony Koutafidis, Kuda and Chris Judd.
Yeah, okay, yeah, good. What's your frame of mind before a game of footy? Are you calm, are you nervous, are you anxious, are you relaxed? Which one are you?
I'm probably all of the above. I find that I am a bit relaxed. I'm a floater, so I'll kind of get around and just mingle with and annoy the players before the game. It kind of keeps me relaxed.
Yeah.
Probably stirs the other ones up, but it keeps me relaxed.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I'd probably be all of them, what you just said. Anxious, nervous. I can be calm. I like reading a book. So at the moment I'm reading Jonathan Thurston's autobiography. So I read that before I run out there. So I'm a bit of all of them, though, depending on
he was actually reading that book
of the game.
before the game on the weekend. It was giving me a headache just watching him read it. Like,
really?
He was just flicking the pages, pumping the pages out before the game.
Wow. Yeah, right. Okay. Is that... What's the drive like on the way in? Give us a little bit of insight into that. Because you've got to tackle Melbourne traffic. You've got to allow for the amount of time that it takes. What's your mindset like in the car?
Well, I normally drive in with Geordie and Chris Main.
Okay, yeah.
So one of them's on the DJ patrol, so they put the music on, and then we drive to the club at near Amy Park there, the Holden Centre, and then we just walk across. So there's a group of about 15 of us and players that all walk across pre-game now because, like you said, the traffic's ordinary post-game.
Yeah.
It takes an hour to get from the G back to the club because they send us up through the city.
Okay.
So walk back in 10 minutes.
Yeah, right.
Oh, depending how I'm feeling, I either listen to music or I listen to a podcast. So
Okay.
at the moment, I'm listening to a podcast, but when I listen to music, it's a really good playlist.
It's interesting at best.
I want a little bit of insight into this. What sort of? Is it upbeat? Is it calming? What is it?
It's literally a bit of everything.
Yeah.
I'm more. what would you say, Howie?
Oh, it's like it varies a lot.
Yeah.
I love a bit of
Quality
The Greatest
and
Showman.
years.
You know The Greatest Showman?
Yeah.
Pitch Perfect.
You've
a bit
said
of
that.
stuff.
You really enjoy that movie, don't you? One of your favourite all-time movies, actually.
Yeah, The Greatest Showman.
Greatest Showman. Yeah. And a bit of Pitch Perfect, did you say as well?
You know the lyrics to it, don't you?
Is there some singing going on in the car?
Yeah, always. So I used to. Sometimes I wear my headphones, but sometimes I don't. It just depends. And whenever I'm listening to music, say we're getting our ankles strapped or something, and Howie's in there, I always go, oh, Howie, have a listen to this. Listen to what I'm listening to, and it could be anywhere between opera to rock music to love song dedications.
And that's no joke. That's true.
Fantastic. That's good though, man.
So next time you see me warming up and I got my headphones on out in the
It
middle of
might
the
be
ground, I'm
Frank
not listening to AC/DC. I'm more like listening to love songs.
There you go. Could be a bit of Hugh Jackman going on in the background. That's funny because you will do that now, won't you? You'll see him in the change room. You go, I know what he's listening to. Not bad. Thanks for sharing, mate. Hey, what were you doing before footy came along? For both of you, were you school? What were you doing? Where did football find you?
Yeah, so I just played footy all as a junior, but then I was an electrician. So I finished school at year 10, so didn't do 11, 12, went straight into an electrician apprenticeship for 4 years, and then I got drafted as a 20-year-old. So pumped out 4 years, fell 2 weeks short, which is the parents was thrilled with that. But, moved over here. And then I could have potentially got it finished here, but I had to sit night school, do a extra couple of modules. It was all a bit hard at the time. Looking back 9 years ago, I probably should have done it.
If I was to ask you the question, did you find footy or did footy find you, what would your answer be?
Well, I was kind of just running water for my old man's team, so I was probably just following him, so it probably found me.
Okay, all right. And what about you, Ads?
No, so I was pre-listed to the Giants when I was 17, so I was at school. Year 12 year, and I moved up in when did I move up? I moved up in November. I knew around March that I was getting drafted, so that week I rang the principal and said, "See you later, mate."
I'm out of here. Wow. And never looked back.
Well, school wasn't for me. Honestly, wasn't.
Yeah.
Everyone says that, but it really wasn't for me. So, I was at the park every day trying to get better.
You were dedicated to the cause. You wanted to play AFL
I was from day one. I mean, growing up in Dandenong, there's not much to do, so all I do is kick the footy around.
I know, but you've dedicated a lot of your time to going back and helping the juniors at, I know, especially at Noble Park Football Club. You do a lot of that. But obviously there was a lot of conjecture that came out recently that you, in the last year or so, you'd really had enough of it and you weren't sure what you wanted to do or where you wanted to go. What's changed for you in order to find that love for you again?
There's been a lot. I don't want to bore you, I won't bore you.
And I don't want to go into too personal either.
Yeah, exactly. The thing that sort of brought me back to appreciating footy, away from family, my best mates, guys like Howie, was how I grew up, where I grew up, and how footy got me out of where I was. So, I grew up pretty rough. I've been the first to admit that, and lived in ministry houses and whatnot growing up. So, footy was sort of my get out. That's why I dedicated so much. That's why I told that year 12 principal I was gone as soon as I got drafted. So
without any hesitation.
So the appreciation of footy from where I came from is probably sort of the driving force behind me continuing.
Great, love it. Good answer. Thank you. Yeah, very nice. Love the stories. Do you have a pet?
Yeah, I got 2 dogs, Boris and Hugo.
Bryce and Hugo. Yeah. What sort of dogs are they, mate?
Boris is a British bulldog and Hugo's a French bulldog.
Okay, all right. And what about you?
I've got 2.
What's the difference? One's fatter, so.
And I presume most people, they get intrusive into your lives. They can see all this stuff on Instagram. Yeah. But in relation to your dogs, I know there's been many photos of you and there's a lot of love between you and yours. Tell us a little bit about your...
Yeah, I've got 2 dogs. So I've got a Siberian Husky, Griffy boy. He's turning 7 this year. And
7 already? Jeez.
Yeah, I know. Wow. You've seen him grow up in the limelight, haven't you? And just recently got a dog. When did we get Sonny? Jeez. So his name's Sonny. He's a little golden retriever. Do you know how old
5
he is?
months.
Yeah, about 5 months.
Yeah.
About 5 months.
I don't know why I know how old your dog is.
Can I ask you, favourites? I mean, no one would ever say which, but
100%. Boris, the first one.
wow. Yeah,
The second one, Hugo's just it drives me up the wall.
A little bit mad. And
Oh, no doubt, mate.
No, there you go. All right. What's your star sign, boys?
Cancer.
Cancer?
Yep.
Pisces, all right. Is there a nickname that you have that we wouldn't be aware of?
Oh. That's his nickname. I don't know. No. Squid.
Squid?
Squid, that was a big one.
Okay. And yours?
What I just said.
Oh, no, is that yours or is that
that's
yours?
his, that's
yeah,
his.
And so what would yours be?
Herke.
There you go.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Anyone makes noises, they just go, Herke. That's him. They're calling out to him.
The story behind it is my mate when I was 14, and I was 14, he was 14, we're watching the haka, which is the haka.
Yeah.
You know, come up there, the haka. And I love it. I would get tingles watching it and watching it on YouTube. And I swear to you, this commentator that was commentating it, he goes, "All right, guys, well, the All Blacks are about to do the haka." So when I moved to Collingwood, that was sort of my way. Like I introduced Steele and Howie, and probably half the list now. As soon as you hear you're talking to me.
That's fantastic. I love it. Oh, that's so cool. All right. Well, brilliant. See, this is good insight. I'm loving it. Hey, when you get just some you time, what do you get up to? You know, like there's no footy, there's no pets or, girlfriends or anything. What do you get up to?
I enjoy a bit of time on the golf course.
Okay.
It's kind of 4 hours you can get of as far away as footy as possible, so it's pretty enjoyable.
And with your golf, do you play, like, how often do you get out and do that?
I'd probably try, I'd like to play once a week, but probably once a fortnight max.
Yep.
But then in the off-season, try to play pretty regularly. So.
Okay. And what about your favourite course, Jeremy? Do you have one?
Jack's Point in New Zealand. So I've been there on 2 golf trips.
Yeah, right.
And then I'm going back there again at the end of this year.
Fantastic. Excellent. And Adam? Just some you time?
Yeah, well, I'm a massive NBA fan, so anything to do with NBA. I like gaming, so...
Let's go through the caps and the singlets. How many?
So I've got about 140 NBA jerseys. And I used to collect caps, but not anymore. But I've got about 80 caps.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
Wow! That wasn't me. That was somebody else. Yeah, wow.
Paranormal activity.
Yeah, it's not bad, is it? Did you have sneakers as well? Was there a collection of...
No. I couldn't afford them when I was younger.
Okay.
So at least when you're young, you could go to the Dandenong Market and buy buy a $15 NBA jersey.
Head off to Caribbean Gardens. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'm with you. Okay, all right. Excellent. Can you tell me your best game of footy that you've ever played in? And it doesn't have to be AFL ranks. It can be down juniors. It can be anything. Just something that springs to mind.
The prelim last year.
Yeah.
Same.
Wow. That was a cracker. I hope we're in store for something very similar that leaves an indelible memory coming up on Saturday.
Say that one and actually the West Coast game this year that was when we were off 3 losses. Yeah. We were losing. We probably shouldn't have won that game. But the Richmond one and that one probably stacks up.
Wow. Yeah, good insight, boys. Here's your last one. What's the one food that you simply can't resist? And we can talk about off-season or during season, but is there something, sometimes you can walk past a pastry shop and you go, oh, man, look at that. Oh, we could have one of those. Is there something?
Yeah, I love donuts. Donuts are my favourite.
Straight up and down favourite?
Donut, without a doubt, donuts are my favourite in the whole world.
What sort?
So my favourite donut in the whole world,
if
I was dying and I had to have one, would be the strawberry glazed one from Donut King.
Okay, strawberry glazed.
Pretty plain.
No. The fillings can be too, filling and rich. I mean, here, I'm a donut expert, but... the strawberry original ones.
Wow.
Mine probably just be like a chicken palmy.
Yeah, okay.
So as soon as we hit the off season, it's straight to the nearest pub and get a chicken palmy in a pot.
And have you, without divulging too much, have you got a favourite place that you've gone where you've had a chicken palmy, or that one you just go, mate, that was the best I've ever had?
There was one at the Preston Hotel.
Oh yeah.
So that was a mega palmy challenge.
Yeah.
Funny story, because Adzi puts the food away pretty good.
Yeah.
And he actually still got the record up there of putting the palmy away in
No
about...
way.
Yeah,
So it was bigger than a dinner plate. He had big chips, salad, and he put it away in 4 minutes.
No.
Yeah.
Have a look at it. He's like, mate, that was me.
I'm pretty competitive at most things. So
we went to a burger joint just to get a casual burger one night, and there was a challenge on the wall, and he goes, "I'll do that." And the burger would have been two sizes of those footies, and he ate that in about 6 minutes. So
the Gorilla Burger Challenge. So it has like 3 beef patties, 2 whole chicken fried chicken, bacon.
Yeah.
We had potato jams on the side, some mozzarella sticks and chips. So I had a side with it. So yeah, I can put it away quite easy. Yeah.
No way.
So imagine when I eat donuts, mate.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, mate.
I get them by the dozen.
You're right. There's a place down in Fremont Street in Las Vegas where you can go in there and they actually give you a smock that you have to wear, where you can go in and you can actually eat your body weight. That could be a challenge for you, mate. Yeah, don't put it past me. He says I might just do that.
What are we eating though? What is it?
They have a
donuts?
range of. Yeah, all right. Yeah, for argument's sake, let's just say it's a stack high of donuts, mate. How good's that? Love it. Thank you very much. Put your hands together for the boys. Well done, guys. Bloody awesome. There you go. What about me? Thanks for sharing that, boys. What we want to do now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go into this, even though this is obviously it's a week away before we have to really get stuck into the games. We're just going to get the tips from the boys. We know what they're going to be saying when it comes to their game, but we will just get a little bit of insight from the boys. It'll be round 24, which is really the first week of the finals. It kicks off next Thursday, not this Thursday. Next Thursday, September the 5th, and it's at 6:10 p.m. First game to kick it off is at Optus Stadium. It's between West Coast and Essendon. Let's see the West Coast song. That'll do. Let's go straight to the Essendon one, and that'll do there. What do you think here, boys? Because West Coast probably playing on their home deck. They've got to win, I think, 4 in order to go into the grand final. So they're going to have their work cut out for them, and Essendon are going to give them as much as they can when they go and play there. But what are your thoughts, just from a footballer's perspective, and what you think?
Well, I think Essendon coming in, they're highly dangerous because when they're on, they're really hard to stop. And I think they're still playing reasonable footy, but their ins that they get back this week, well, obviously the ones that they missed last week, so Heppel back, Hooker back, Fantasia back, Stringer back. So they're all genuine A-graders. Bell Chambers will be better for the run against us. So I think a lot of people probably think West Coast will be a shoe-in, but I think Essendon might push them. So
that'd be good. That'd be great. Wouldn't it be
I'm
nice
sitting on
to
the
see them
fence
get
a little
knocked
bit there. I
out?
haven't given you a definitive answer, but we'll go maybe Bombers by 6.
Okay, you're good. All right, Ads.
Yeah, well, they play WA pretty well. So Optus Stadium, they seem to play over there pretty well. I mean, they won the most recent game there against Freo. And then I think against Eagles this year, they only lost in the end by a couple of goals. So there's a lot more to play for, obviously. And I just have a feeling too. I have a feeling that they'll come out and win. I just got a feeling they'll beat them.
Yeah, wow. Well, that's good. I like it. I like all of it. Let's go to this game. We'll jump the one that we want to talk about. We'll come back to the other. Saturday, September the 7th is the next game I want to talk about. It's at 3:20 p.m. It's up at Giants Stadium. It's the GWS Giants coming up against the Western Bulldogs. Let's hear the Giants. That'll do, mate. And straight to the doggies. And that'll do there. This is going to be pretty interesting, boys, because obviously the year of the dog, which was 2016, when they went up and they came up against the Giants, they gave them a real runner for their money, ended up beating them. It was a fantastic game. It's a different brand of football. It's a different team. But they are playing a really good running game, the Western Bulldogs I talk of. They look fantastic against Adelaide up at Mars Stadium last weekend, and a lot of their boys have come to the fore. Coming up against the Giants, I'll probably get a few back in, but what are your thoughts here? How do you reckon this one will go?
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. You know, a month ago, you'd be probably, if you saw the two teams play, you'd think the Giants would win it comfortably, but the Bulldogs are almost similar to what Melbourne were like last year. They was on a steam train coming into finals, probably the hottest team in the comp. Yep. So you'd be mad to bet against the Bulldogs, I would have thought. So that's who I would think is going to win.
Yeah, I agree with Howie. They played there only 2 weeks ago and they slaughtered them. And
didn't they?
I know the Giants got a few players back, but they are the hottest team at the moment, and they seem to play there really well. And I think they're going to win. They're going to be. I think if they get it on their own terms for the most of the, not just the game, but the whole final series, they're going to be a tough team to beat.
They are. They really are. They're a real surprise packet. I wanted to allude to the fact that Stephen Coniglio ended up signing a 7-year deal with GWS today, which is fantastic. So he's going to be staying there with them. A lot of belief that he must have with Kelly signing on as well. They want a couple of other signatures that they'd like to secure, but that's a lot of belief in what they're trying to build up there in order to keep them going. Let's hope that Mr. McLaughlin didn't have any say in that either, you know. But very interesting that he has signed on with them, and good luck to him. No Carlton supporters are probably going to be spewing about that news, or Hawthorn. Let's go to this game, boys. It's at 7:25 p.m. It's up at the Gabba. It's the Brisbane Lions versus Richmond. Let's hear the Brisbane song. That'll do, mate. Straight to the Tigers. There you go. Now, this should be a cracker because the game last weekend with Richmond and Brisbane was a really good game. Brisbane, I just didn't think they found themselves in unfamiliar territory, playing at the G in front of that. Probably a couple of their players were a little bit overawed by the situation of having a crowd like that at the MCG. But they're going up now to play at the Gabba. And this is going to give Richmond a real challenge because that's where I reckon that Brisbane Lions do play a great brand of football. I don't think that you're going to see Lachie Neale end up with 51 possessions again. But in saying that, where do you think this game can be won and lost, and who would your tip be?
I think for the last couple of years, even this year, Richmond have never really travelled overly well. And I'm not sure if that means anything. It could just be nitpicking here. But Brisbane are, outside of the Bulldogs, I think were the most informed team, as well as Richmond. But I felt like they were the informed team in the competition. They were off 8-7 game win streak or whatever it was.
Yep.
Playing them on their own deck, they're going to be tough to beat up there. Again, if you let them dictate the game and play they want to play, let them move the ball fast, which is like what they like to do, especially off half back with their guys like Daniel Rich and the guys who got big kicks. I think Brisbane. I actually think Brisbane will win. I think they're going to push them. I think what they showed in the first 3 quarters of the game on the weekend against a very hostile opposition crowd showed that their footy does stack up.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to be very dangerous to beat over there. But if Richmond were to win, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, okay.
Because obviously they probably have been the benchmark team the last 2 to 3 years. So it's going to be a cracker. I can't wait to see it.
Absolutely. And close, do you think, margin-wise?
Oh, I think Brisbane will just get over the line. It won't be a drubbing. I think they'll just get maybe a couple goals.
Yeah, okay. All right. And Jez, what do you reckon?
I'll probably think Richmond might win.
Okay.
Purely for the fact that I think their defence is too strong for the Lions forwards. So I don't know if they'll kick enough goals to be able to win, but it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter who gets through.
No.
Because they'll have to come through us at some stage. So.
That's it. But it will be a cracker game, I'm sure. Let's go back to this one, guys. This is definitely the one we want to hear a little bit more about. It's on Friday night, September the 6th. This should be a cracker game at the MCG, boys. 7:50 p.m. It's the Geelong Cats. Let's hear them. That'll do. Let's go straight to the Pies. This is where you can join in. Let's hear the Pies song. Make a lot of noise, everyone.
Good old Collingwood forever. They know how to play the game. Side by side they stick together to uphold the Magpies' name. See the barrackers are shouting as all barrackers should. Oh, the premiership's a cakewalk for the good old
Excellent. Well done. Thank you, everybody. Thanks to everyone getting involved in that. Boys, we're not going to go into too much detail here, but we will just talk about what's just happened as opposed to what's going to happen. And we'll talk about form. Good things from last week, and I really like this because I thought it was a good game against Essendon. My check came out with 4. Jamie is leading well and finding space. I talk about Elliott. I'm really happy with the forward line structure at the moment, and I'm just an interested onlooker. I just love it that Jamie is able to go left and right and come right up into the wing. And I know he actually played a little bit on the wing on the weekend as well, but he was able to lead quite confidently and comfortably, and it's going to be interesting to see, and we'll get to that with the boys coming back in. But he ended up obviously kicking 3. He's functioning really well because the forward line's functioning well. It just seems clean and neat. Again, that's just an observation. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes with both Geordie and Jayden coming back in. Can you give me us a little bit of insight as to how you reckon that structure will work? Will somebody be pushing up forward, someone going down deep back? Just roughly what you think it might look like?
I think you're right. I think the forwards do operate pretty good, and I think any given week someone else gets off the chain. So Checkers has had multiple games where he's kicked 4 or 5, and Jamie Elliott, his last 3 weeks have been, sublime, and with Steve-O and Geordie obviously being out, I think it gives them flexibility to be able to kind of play to their strengths. So Jamie won out in the goal square. He's arguably, our best small forward. Yeah. But then if you get Geordie one out in the goal square, he's arguably the best small forward. Yeah. And same as Steve-O. So they all can't play the same role, but Geordie's flexibility can play inside mid. Yeah. And Steve-O can play as a high forward and get up and about and run. So
that's great.
It's a good problem to have, but at the moment, as he touched on it, the boys in there are playing really selfless footy. That you got to make room for them somehow, or you potentially don't. But
I think
you can't keep them out.
I think also one of the strengths of our forward group is one-on-one. You name through the individuals, Mycheck, Elliot, whoever you want to talk about, they're all very good one-on-one. So if they get looks one-on-one, and that's what we've seen, 9 times out of 10 they're going to win the ball or create another stoppage or bring the ball to ground for other forwards to come in. So that's one of our biggest strengths, is they're very good one-on-one.
Yeah, absolutely. It goes with it. It's actually it's in the game. You watch it, you see it, and that's why it's going to be interesting to see how that one plays out. A couple of other things that stood out from the other night. Fortunately, we have both of you boys on to talk about it on the panel. Was Adam? You finished up with 35 possessions on the weekend, right? And you can clap for that if you want before I move on. But my point being is those 35 weren't, like the 51 that Lachie Neale got. Yours were constructive. They were forward ball movement kind of possessions, which is more contributing to the team than opposed to just going back in defence and just trying to set up in the back line and kick it out, go across the ground and then finally get down. So it was a good game for you.
Yeah. I'm always trying to find that mix between, I suppose, taking the game on a lot more, because my strengths are as a footballer is taking the game on, forward footy, using my legs, and a lot of the time, sometimes I get caught not doing that. So it's been an conservative effort for me the last month or so to really take the game on, use my legs. But I think that, and I think the midfield group we've got going at the moment, that sort of helped me be like that. I think for a lot of the times, especially the first half of the year when we didn't have Tay, we didn't have Rupert Wills, Bear wasn't playing like a bear. Yeah. He wasn't playing at all pretty much. So we had, myself and Pendle sort of had to do the inside bullish work, try and win contested footy. So I think the beauty of having Tay, and even you mentioned Geordie, if Geordie comes and plays inside, and Root, they can do the real bash and crash inside, tackle work, feed it out to me so I can use my legs, feed it out to Pendle so he can use his time and space. So I think we're getting that mix really well. We're really gelling and complementing each other in there. So I think that's what contributed to, the last month that I've been able to perform consistently well.
This is the part, though, when you're actually seeing it, and I know you're out there on the field, but just here's not criticism, God no. But my point being is just an observation, that's the word I was looking for, is that when you see the ball being won in those tight contests and it comes out, is that you're finding space and you're hitting someone on the chest because the forward line structure is the way that it is. So it seems to all work really well at the moment. I'd hate to see it seem like it's going to be too congested when those boys do come back.
No, that would never be, because that's the way our forward's set up. Obviously, we have positions. Well, I'm not going to go into detail, but that'll never be. But I think one of the biggest things that we need to also say is the continuity we've had as a group. I mean, you look at successful teams and teams winning premierships and whatnot. Teams win when they have continuity, when not many changes, regular players playing, and that's what we've been doing. I think each line has been doing that. Yeah. The backs pretty much goes unchanged most of the time, other than Ruffy when he went forward. The midfield, like I said, we're really gelling, finding our balance between our inside and outside players. And with the forward line, we've worked so well with the players that have gone through there. It doesn't really matter who's in there. It's just about you playing that role. And that's exactly the mindset and the mantra we take going into games.
Brilliant. I love that answer. Yes, excellent. Well said. Good stuff. I also alluded to the fact that, Jez, you're on here and you threw yet another Mark of the Year contention into the fray. It's just... I'll take you into my little thought process. I'm sitting on the couch, mate, and I'm watching the game, and they go to the NBL players that had come down, the guys from America, and Poppy. I loved that he brushed off. I just love BT getting brushed off. There's nothing better. But it was really... It was wonderful that the boys were there, and as I'm sitting there watching the game on the couch, and it's the first quarter, I went, I wonder which quarter Jazz is going to step up and show these American guys this is how we play Aussie rules. Yeah. And yet again, you did. And it was freaking awesome, mate. I loved it. You do it every time. You're the most reliable and most consistent. We talk of consistency for doing that. How does it feel for you going out there just...
Well, the boys have been winding me up in the back half of the year because I reckon I've been quiet. So,
Oh, really?
I've been trying to have a bit of a go the last couple of weeks and managed to glove a couple. So we'll see how we go.
Oh, God. He's exciting to watch, isn't he, guys? Seriously. Love it, mate. You're an exciting footballer to watch. But there was a serious standout on Friday night, and I need to ask you, if you guys had any indications from Brodie Grundy when he was in the change rooms, because he came out and he was like playing basketball. He was taking it out of the centre, and then he was, and I'm using basketball terms, taking it out of the centre and taking one bounce and then just drilling it forward without fear or favour. He had an absolute brilliant game of football.
Well, I think, we normally have a big moment of embracing before the game. I do it with Adzi and a lot of the boys, but Brodie, you walk up to him, you ask him, like, how you going? And he's like a kid in a candy store. He says, I just can't wait to get out there. I was like, why? He goes, well, I can't really say what he says, but he knows he's going to monster his opponent. So he's just like, he's full of confidence. He goes, I could not care who's out there. They can't get anywhere near me. So I was like, well, no wonder he just dominates because he's full of confidence. And I don't see it as arrogance. He's just a bloke he works so hard in the gym, so he's strong. Yep. No one can run with him. He's mobile, he tackles, he chases, he kicks well.
Absolutely.
So he's just confident that he's the number one ruckman in the comp.
They showed some footage of him running from half back down into half forward. He didn't even get the ball, but he's run, and he was like, that were massive stretches. It was running like a giraffe or a camel. It was unbelievable the way it was stretching out. It was seriously good to watch. Now, I know he's a really good mate of yours, and in relation to that, you work so well with him together. When he's on, does that... Obviously, it would bring you up and get you up and about. What's the feeling like when you know he's like that and you see him in the change rooms before he goes out?
Yeah, well, he gives you a massive lift. You talk about players that just with the way they are around the ball and their intensity, guys like him, I think guys like Steele, even Howie, when you can see that they're on and how he's taking marks, Steele's tackling, Brodie's follow-up work, I think he really sets the standard for us. And when he does, you sort of...
Stand a little bit
higher.
I
want to do something good here. So... Yeah, he definitely brought that in spades. In that first quarter, when he would have had the ball 10 times in the first 10 minutes where he just cleared it out of the ruck, it just gives you a massive boost because he pretty much plays as an extra on baller. To have, I suppose, the numbers that he has, I mean, they're midfielders' numbers and he's just doing it in the ruck. So it's fair to say he probably is the best player in the comp.
Absolutely. I went on to actually write down here that I said, if he gives you any indications, how good he was. 33 touches with 35 hit-outs. There's 3 R's in school. Reading, writing, arithmetic, right? Brodie brought the 3 R's to football, rucking, roving and running. It was amazing because he was rucking, he was roving, and then he was running. It was just the complete game for a guy that I thought he had an absolute standout for the Collingwood Football Club. Injury updates, we talk about Rusty. You guys haven't been taking the mickey out of him or any way, shape or form,
not
I
at all.
presume?
Wouldn't
No, it wouldn't be any discussion about having a ruptured testicle at the Collingwood Football Club, would there?
My dad even asked for his phone number to send one through.
So the poor guy. There is a sympathy vote. I think every guy in the room just uncrossed his legs. But my point just being is, fortunately, though, this break, it does help a lot of teams and it's going to help him in his recovery to get back and hopefully he'll be playing, obviously, in the game, first week of the finals. How is he? And I don't necessarily mean, in a physical sense, but how is he?
He is good. He's up and about. He got given like 5 days off post surgery, and he came in for the last 2 because he gets too bored at home. So the biggest thing that killed him, he wasn't allowed to shower for 5 days. He's probably the most hygienic bloke at the club. So given that he couldn't shower for 5 days was an issue, but he's feeling good. They'll just slowly work him in, but the bye pre-finals comes at a good time because if it was this week, he'd be tight. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah. No pun intended. All right. We also know we've spoken about it already. Geordie and Jaden are coming back. How'd Darcy pull up? I know there's a lot of talk about Darcy. We won't go into any of the things about soft tissues or whatever, but how's he? Do he look like he's going to be coming back in and playing against Geelong? You need him in defence.
Yeah, he's fine. So he went and got follow-up scans and just probably more so for clarity for his mindset, really.
Yeah.
Given that he has had a few recurrences of any form of tightness where I might get tight in the hammy and you can easily run out for him, he gets tight in the hammy, it's just it potentially could be something more. So
Yeah.
to try and get over that mental barrier is really hard.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he's working on that, but you know the way that he's training at the moment, then he's showing no storm. Like he's not going to be stopped at the moment because at the moment he's feeling confident. So he's recovered fine. So it'd be
Good.
a very shock surprise if he didn't play.
Excellent, excellent. Full strength Collingwood side, that's what you need coming out against Geelong. It doesn't matter where you finish now, it's a brand new game. Games now can be won and lost in the centre bounce, we know that because we've just watched Brody do it. You guys are playing the Cats on Friday the 6th of September at 7:50. Grundy versus Stanley or Blixus, it's going to be an interesting ruck battle. Shut down their on ballers, Dangerfield, he's in fine form. 34 possessions and 4 goals on the weekend. It was interesting though, Ablett and Dowhouse with 3 and Tom Hawkins with none. So they've found a little bit of versatility and not, had the structure of saying, we've got to go to Tom and look for Tom all the time. Graham Myers has obviously had a really good season, so he's going to be one of those people that can just bob up on the forward line. But Ablett and Dowhouse was very interesting. I want to now just make mention of the All-Australian selections and how that happened. Scott Pendlebury, congratulations to Scott. Congratulations to Brodie Grundy. And obviously congratulations to Adam Treloar. Which is fantastic. And also retirement. Obviously, on a sad note, he came in and approached all your boys, Tyson Goldsack. Give us a little bit of insight into how was that for you guys? Obviously, an emotional time, but...
Yeah, it was pretty hard, but Goldie being the character he is, he kept it... it was a bit of a comedy act, really. He kept it up and about. There's a video that got released that went for about 4.5 minutes. I'm sure a lot of people would have seen it. And it was great, but... He's one of the ones. He's kind of like one of your your leaders that everyone feeds off at the club.
Yeah.
You know when he's not there, and when he's there, he's up and about. So he'll be a tough one to replace. But he's what he's done for the club all through his whole career. Even like the most, coming back from injury last year, being able to contribute.
Yeah. This
This year's been super difficult. Haven't quite been able to crack into the side.
Yeah.
But his attitude hasn't wavered, and he's been massive for the VFL team all year. So. It's a credit to the way he's gone about it, and he inspires a lot of boys at the club, which is great.
Fantastic. Well said, Jeremy. I love it. Thank you very much. What I'm going to do now, I just want to sign off on that one. That game was proudly brought to you by the Big Picture people. That's us talking about the Collingwood versus Geelong game. It was proudly brought to you by the Big Picture people, the experts in home cinema. 6 great locations, South Morang, Cheltenham, Fountain Gate, Hoppers Crossing, Water Gardens and the Gold Coast. Could you all please put your hands together for these two? Thank you. Well done, guys. What we want to do now, we've done all that, all the serious stuff's out of the way now. We'll have a little bit of fun. We've got some people to come along and enjoy the night with us. So we want 2 people just to come up here and participate in this little segment. We're looking for just 2 kids. So what you 2 are going to be doing, you're going to be keeping score during this little segment that we're about to play. And what I'll do is I'll introduce it while Sandry's doing her introductions. It's called Don't You Forget About Me.
Don't you forget about me.
You boys, this is you guys. All right, so what's going to happen here? Jasmine, how are you?
Good.
You're well, very well, thank you. Jasmine, you're going to be playing on behalf of Adam Treloar, okay? So you'll be keeping score for him. And Ruby Ann, you're going to be keeping score for Jeremy Howe. All right, when you hear this, when you hear me say this word, correct, and you hear that noise, you'll get to flip over the paddle. So it's 1 at a time each time that you hear me say correct and that noise. That noise. There it is. All right. So when you hear that, you flip over the paddle. Who would like to go first out of you 2 boys? Okay, Adam said he'd like to go first. Adam's going to pick up his microphone and I'll explain to Adam what he's about to do. You've got 45 seconds on the clock, mate. I'm going to read out every single player from the Collingwood Football Club, their number.
Wait, you're going to read their number or their name?
I'm going to read their number. Okay. You're going to give me their name.
All right.
You're going to give me their Christian name and their surname.
All right.
You're not allowed to say, like Choco or, it's got to be their Christian name and their surname. All right? So you've got 45 seconds on the clock to get as many right as you can.
All right.
And you're going to keep score, Jasmine, and let's go with it. Here's your first one. Your time starts now. Number 24.
Josh Thomas.
Correct. Number 1.
Jaden Stevenson.
Correct. Number 26.
Josh Dagos.
Correct. Number 3.
Daniel Wells.
Correct. Number 25.
Jack Crisp.
Correct. Number 6.
Tyson Goldsack.
Correct. Number 36.
Braden Sire.
Correct. Number 28.
Nathan Murphy.
Correct. Fill in. You all right? 28.
I said Nathan
that.
Murphy.
Number 32.
Will Hoskin-Elliott.
Correct. Number 8.
Tom Langton.
Correct. Number 12.
Matty Scharenberg.
Correct. Number 13.
Taylor Adams.
Correct. Number 38.
Jeremy Howe.
Correct. Number 14.
James Ash.
Correct. Number 16.
Chris Main.
Correct. Number 46.
Mason Cox.
Correct. Number 17.
Callum Brown.
Correct. Number 18.
Traz Varco.
Correct. Number 41.
Shit. Brody Mychek.
There it is. All right. I'm going to give it to him because I stuffed it up because someone shouted out fill in and threw me completely off. So how do you finish up there, Jasmine? 18. Well done. Well done.
In how long?
45 seconds.
Felt like about 2 minutes, I reckon.
That's not bad. That's a really good effort.
Get out.
He gets
the other 30.
he gets the rest of them. Well, we'll see how many he gets. So Ruby Ann, you're going to be keeping score. All right. You're going to see if you can flip that over more times than 18 than Jasmine did. But that's up to Jeremy. So we'll see how we go.
Oh, but I'm not thinking about that.
All right.
Sorry.
All right. Are you ready to go, my
debate
friend?
here. Yeah.
All right, Jess. Your time is going to start with your first one. Ruby Ann, you ready to go? Here we go. Your first one is number 20.
Ben Reid.
Correct. Number 22.
Still side bottom.
Correct. Number 2.
Geordie DeGoey.
Correct. Number 5.
Jamie Elliott.
Correct. Number 10.
Scott Pendlebury.
Correct. 15.
Lyndon Dunn.
Correct. 4.
Brodie Grundy.
Correct. 21.
Tom Phillips.
Correct. 23.
Jordan Roughhead.
Correct. Number 7.
Adam Treloar.
Correct. 27.
Pass.
Will Kelly. Number 30.
Darcy Moore.
Correct. Number 11.
Dane Beams.
Correct. Number 19.
Levi Greenwood.
Correct. Number 33.
Rupert Wills.
Correct. Number 34.
Tyler Brown.
Correct. Number 35.
Isaac Quainer.
Correct. Number 37.
Braden Maynard.
Correct. Number 39.
Ben Crocker.
Correct. Number 40.
R2 Boz.
Yeah, it is. It is. What did you finish up with? 16, was it? Oh, mate, pipped by 2.
Couldn't have answered any quicker. I reckon he went for a minute.
Not bad. Hey, Ruby Ann, that's not too bad, all right? Don't be disheartened by that. That actually worked out quite well. But Jasmine, you're actually our winner. You've got to cross the line on that one. That was our little segment that was called the Don't You Forget About Me segment. Guess what Adam Treloar has won for you, Jasmine? Jasmine, he's won you the Cheesecake Shop, Collingwood Cheesecake Shop. Have a look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this. Have a look at that, Ad. You wouldn't mind probably having a slice of that.
Sorry, Ruben.
That's
I'm
yours, Jazz.
taking that. Sorry, Jazz.
That's it. He's going to come down and have a slice of that with you probably at the end of the show. Maybe. That's yours, Jasmine. Congratulations for doing that. Ruby Ann, you don't go away empty-handed. There's a signed football. Okay? Are you a little bit happy with that? Can I grab that paddle off you, my dear? Thank you so much for that. You can give the boys a high five if you want. Well done, Jasmine. Thank you very much. There's your high fives. Oh. It's all right, Ruby Ann. No worries. That's excitement. All right. Hey, well done, Ruby Ann. Thanks, Jasmine. Congratulations to both of you. Nice stuff. That segment was proudly brought to you by the Cheesecake Shop, the nation's most loved cheesecake shop. Why? Because it's made with love. The Cheesecake Shop with over 50 stores in Victoria alone. Tonight's cake was made by the team at Caulfield South. So well done. Jasmine, how good's that?
That's really cool.
All right. That's really cool. Adam's thinking so too. He's going to come down and join you on that one a little bit later on. All right, what we want to do now is we want to get 2 contestants up here that actually don't have to do much more than just hold a paddle. Who'd be interested in doing that? Ashley and Laura. Nice to have you. Laura, Ashley. All right. Nice clothing brand. Thanks for being here, ladies. How are you both? You well? All right, wonderful to have you here. You're going to be actually keeping score here. We're going to pass the paddles over again. They're going to go back to 0. There's yours, Laura. There's yours, Ashley. Laura, Ashley, I love it. What's going to happen here, boys? These 2 are going to keep score. It's not really important what the score is, but we're always competitive, and you always are because you're footballers. And what we're going to do is going to do this little segment called What I Like About You. Now, the way that this works, boys, you haven't done this segment before, either of you. I'm going to be asking a question, or actually I'm going to be giving a scenario, all right? It's going to be about Adam, Jez,
Yep.
and then you're going to be giving the answer as to what you think Adam would do in that scenario.
Okay.
All right? So I'm gonna go with actually Adam first.
Do I say if that's what I do?
Yes, you do.
You're going to be wrong
That's
every
what I'm
time,
about
mate.
to allude to. So as I'm actually introducing it, and I'm saying what the scenario would be, I'll give it an alternate answers A, B, and C, right? And you'll say which one that you think it'll be, and then he has to agree whether he likes it or not. Okay, that's how it'll work. And you two just have to keep score. All right. So because I'm going to go with you on this one, and then you're going to give the answer.
Okay.
All right. So we'll see how we go with this. This is your first one.
I'm answering it.
All right, here we go. Adam Treloar is doing the shopping, and the person in front of him in the queue is in a 12 items or less register with a massive trolley load of groceries. What does Adam do next? Does he kindly point out that they are in the wrong register? Does he say nothing and just patiently wait, or does he just move to another cash register?
Yeah, it would vary because if you were with me, I reckon you'd say something. But no, I'll go with he would move to another cash register.
Yeah.
You would? Yeah. All right. So there's 1 point. Well done. So Jez has got 1 point. He's off the mark. Adam's in a taxi cab with a driver that seems intent on stopping at every orange light when they could have clearly made it through the intersection. The taxi driver also keeps letting people merge in front, and they keep driving at 20 kilometres under the speed limit. What does Adam do next? Does he think what a nice friendly person they are and say nothing? Or does he say, come on mate, what's going on? I've got an appointment to get to. Or does he politely say, excuse me, can we pick up the pace a little?
Number 2. Yeah, he'd be on more of the frustrated side.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Got that one as well. All right, another one. Beautiful. Adam's at the baggage carousel at the airport. He's patiently waiting for his luggage to come off, and then he sees it. But he can't get access to it because people are standing in the way. Does he politely push his way through? Does he go to another area to collect it, or does he just wait until everyone has got theirs and then he just casually walks up and picked it up after everyone's left?
If he was on his own, he'd move to a spot that he could get access to it.
So is the answer if I'm on my own? Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. That's exactly what he'd do. So he got all 3. All right, well done. So you know him very well. That's what this is all about. These are all characteristics, because the point of this exercise is just to allude to the fact that you're human, whether you play football or not, you're still human, and you go through these particular things. So we got all 3 questions about you correct. Now we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to ask about Jez, and you're going to give the answer. If he doesn't like it, you won't be getting any points. Here we go. Jez has pulled up at a set of traffic lights, and the people in the car next to him recognise him. What does he do next? Does he wave, ignore them, or pretend he hasn't seen them?
How many beers has he had?
If he's driving, none.
No,
Unless he's shorting to go, eh? No,
I reckon you'd wave.
Yeah, they'll wave, not wave.
Yeah.
So did you say were they waving at him?
Well, they've just recognised him, so
And
obviously they have.
he's seen them recognise him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely wave and acknowledge him.
Yeah, all right, good. There you go. All right, so there's a point. I like that. Jez is driving along the freeway in the right-hand lane doing 100 k's when he suddenly has to slow down to the person in front of him who was only doing 80. What does he do next? Does he patiently just wait, hoping they will move over shortly? Does he change lanes and then jump back in front of them and continue on his way?
That's what he does.
Or does he flash his lights and toot his horn, suggesting that they move over?
Far out. The second or the third one, I'd say... Shit. So the second one was he pretty much speeds around him and speeds back in front of him. And the third one is he just honks at him.
Yeah, and suggesting move over.
I reckon the speed in and out and get in front of him.
It'd take a lot for me to honk someone, so I'd just happily go round him, I think.
Yeah, all right. So he's got the point. Well done. So it's 2 versus 3. Here's the last one. Jez is at an intersection turning right, and the person in front of him is on their phone texting. And as a consequence, they miss the green arrow, which means he does. What does he do next? Is he upset by this and he thinks, oh, well, toots his horn?
Get out and bash him.
Or does he give him the death stare? Or D, does he get out and bash them? No, A, B or C will do.
So, can I just see that?
Yeah, you can see.
He thinks, oh, well, no, that's out the picture. Toots his horn. No, give him a death step. Absolutely, give him a death. Can I mix the toots the horn and give him a death step together?
Can he mix?
Yeah, I'd give it. Yeah.
All right, he'd do them both. So that means we've got a score of 3, which means we've got a dead heat, which is exactly what we want, because we only want to find out whether the boys knew each other or not. You both win a signed football. Congratulations to you. That was too easy. Nobody really has to score on that. We just get you up here so we can give you a prize. And you've got it. You've got a both signed football each, so well done. Thanks, guys. Well done. Yes. No, Sandy, it's done. That's good, isn't it? I like that segment. I had to come up with something a little bit different the other week, and I thought, let's find out a little bit about personalities and characteristics, and it just defines a little bit of that.
Get Tay Adams on your next show, then that'll be interesting.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. All right, we need two contestants up that reckon they know a little bit about what's been going on tonight. So we've got Mark and Isabel. The lovely Sandy's there to instruct them as to what's going on. Mark.
Yeah, mate.
Who would you like to represent? Would you like
mate, the champ?
All right, well, then you're gonna have to switch seats. Switch seats.
Hey, listen, mate. I love you too.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm really regretting giving him a microphone, I can tell you. Mark, you're going to have to switch seats because you're coming over this side. Isabel, now you're playing with Jeremy Howe.
What's a GA?
Don't mean in a literal sense. I just mean in this game, all right? So what's going to be happening here, because Adam has gone first twice, I'm going to get Jez to go first in this occasion. Jez doesn't have to do anything, but he's just going to give the answers as to whether this is right or wrong or not. Correct? Is what you're going to do, Jez. So if you like their answer and they are correct, you just have to give us a yes. The reason you have to do that is because they're going to be playing for $5 for each one that they get right. All right? So Isabel, you're going to be playing for $5 every time you get one of these questions right about Jez, and Mark, the same will happen to you. So I might be paying for your beer tonight. Well done.
Cool bananas.
Let's introduce the segment. Let's go with that. It's called Knowing Me, Knowing You. Well done, Sammy.
Knowing me,
There's it is. All right, I got all excited because you guys were chatting and I got sidetracked. So we're going to go with it. How old is Jez?
25.
I wish. You wish,
You said 25. Mark, you have to keep quiet during this segment until it's your turn. Isabel, you said 25.
Yeah.
That answer is incorrect. No money. All right. Where did he grow up? Turn and face that way, honey.
Small town in Hobart.
Yeah, we'll give that.
Yeah, he's going to give it to you. All right, he'll give it to you. There's your first $5. Who did he barrack for growing up?
Collingwood. He was a Collingwood boy.
Correct.
All right, there you go. Who was his favourite footballer growing up?
Bucks.
There you go. What is his frame of mind before a game of footy? No help from the
Casual,
audience.
relaxed, nervous, calm.
All of the above, yeah, and anxious. That's the ones. What was he doing before footy came along?
He was an electrician.
Yeah, good. Excellent. Well done. How many goals has he kicked in his AFL career to date?
Was it 88?
Well done.
Yeah, it is. Oh, well done. Very good.
Were you listening?
What is it?
I'm sorry, that was really
No, it's all
rude.
right. She's not competitive at all, is she? I love that. What is his date of birth, day, month and year, please?
Was it March? No, that was too
Tick,
low.
tick.
It was July.
No. 29th of June 1990. All right. How many AFL games has he played in his career to date?
120.
120, did you say?
Yeah.
No, you're wrong. 181. All right. What sort of pet does he have? And what are they called?
He's got 2 dogs.
Yep, keep
and I
going.
couldn't understand what he was saying with his dogs.
Oh,
But one's fatter than the other. Can you give me that,
I don't know, mate. What do you think?
please?
One is fatter than the other, but
Yeah. One of them starts with B.
there's not too much to the answer.
No.
I want to. What
Don't
about
let
the
her look
breeds?
back, mate.
Yeah, no. Can you give us breeds?
No, Trelaws is a husky.
No, okay, pass on that one. What is his nickname? Back here.
Squid.
All right, excellent, beautiful. What does he like to do when he just has him time?
Golf.
All right, well done. What was his best ever game of footy?
The prelim.
Beautiful.
Richmond.
All right. What is the one food he can't resist?
Palmer.
All right. And what is his star sign?
Was it a Pisces?
No, it wasn't. All right. What'd you finish up with? Total score? 10. $50. Isabel. Well done. $50. Not bad. All right.
I can't shake with that hand. Oh, sorry. Okay, we'll just do it.
Right. Are we back? We're back in the game? All right. So you ready to go, Mark?
Mate, she's done well. I
Yeah.
can't believe it.
We're not here to praise her. We're here now to praise you.
I know,
Let's see how
I know.
you go. Are you ready to
We'll
go,
see
mate?
how we
Yes,
go.
of course you are. How old is Adam Treloar?
Oh, I think he's a 93 baby, so I'm tipping 26.
All right, there's your first $5. Where did he grow up?
I reckon Doveton. No, I'm only being tricky.
No.
He's been, I know, mate, Dandenong.
If he doesn't want to pay you the $5, you don't get
I'm
it.
from Broady, so it's a bit of a joke.
Oh,
that's
okay,
all.
there you go then. Who did he barrack for growing up?
Oh, I don't even want to say it. Blue Baggers.
All right, there you go. Who was his favourite footballer growing up?
Oh, the champ, Cooter.
Yeah, okay. What is his frame of mind before a game of footy?
I think it's a bit of opera, and then he listens to that other little, the music that I don't listen to.
No, wrong.
It's wrong.
Calm, relaxed, nervous,
chill.
excited.
Yeah, okay, you didn't get it. All right.
Oh, it's not that guy. I know
bad
that.
luck. Just keep the microphone close to your chin
Yeah,
so I
no
can
worries,
hear you
mate.
as well, please, if you could. How many goals has he kicked in his AFL career to date?
It's a bit about 86, I think, around there somewhere.
Is that your answer, 86?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's 96. Bad luck. What is his date of birth, day, month and year?
Oh, he's a Pisces, so I'm the 11th. I think he's the 9th
Of? 9th of?
of March.
Well done. I just got to hear you say it, that's all.
Oh,
9th
sorry,
of March,
champ.
1993. Well done. Good man. How many games has he played in his AFL career to date?
Oh, man. So I missed that. Due WS. I did 153 or something.
No, 161. Bad luck. All right. What sort of pet does he have and what are they called?
I think he's got a husky, hasn't he?
Yeah. Keep going.
See, I told you, he's got the husky. We've got another one.
I know you got another one, but I don't know what that is. Sorry.
Can I have
wanna
the
do?
point? I want the point. I listen
No,
to
he
that.
doesn't want to pay it.
Sorry,
All right.
mate,
No
I speak
pet.
it English.
No, you're fine. No, I like it. What is his nickname?
Oh, what, Hucky or Hucky or something like that. The Hucko or whatever it is. Somewhere around there, I think it is. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of nickname's that?
Say it again.
Hucka? Hucka? Or something like that. Oh, turn it up, eh? Fair dinkum.
What do you want? What do you reckon, Eds? Yeah.
If they call you that a trainer, not fair dinkum, there's something wrong with yous. Honestly.
All right, here we go. What does he like to do when he just has him time?
Oh, jeez, I must have gone to the toilet then. I can't remember. Oh, nah, pass.
Pass? No, he doesn't like doing that. No. What was his best ever game of footy?
Oh, look, there's two games I reckon probably stand out. Probably the West Coast game and the Richmond game, the preliminary.
Very nice, very nice. What is the one food he can't resist? You can't get this wrong.
Schnitzel. What was the other one? Is that big? No, it wasn't Schnitzel. What was it? What he had? Oh no, he had big palm or whatever he had. Or that big.
Donuts.
What was it?
Donuts.
Oh, how could I miss that? Donuts. I love me donuts.
What are we doing? We're not doing anything there? I can't. All right, that's a no. All right, there you go. And the last one, what is his star sign?
Oh, what do you reckon? Pisces.
I don't know. I'm asking you.
I reckon it is.
Do you? Yeah, you going to go with that?
I'm pretty
Happy?
sure.
All right, there you go then. You got it. What did you finish up with? Oh, $40. Well done. Congratulations.
No
Good on
worries,
you,
champs.
boys.
Thanks, mate.
Well done, mate.
Thank you.
That was lovely. Isabella, you were fantastic. You were our winner on 50. Mark, you were fantastic on 40. The lovely Sandy will come and see you both for cash. If you happen to leave before she gets to you, don't worry, just go home. It'll be fine. All right, thanks very much for playing, guys. Well done. Hilarious. All right. All year, ladies and gentlemen, what we've been doing is we've been running a competition because one of our best sponsors and favourite sponsors that's associated with the show is the Big Picture People. And we've been running a competition all year where you had to enter your details in order to win a giant 3-metre screen with an $11,000 home theatre surround sound package. Wow. Yeah, pretty cool. That got drawn this afternoon at 5 o'clock and our winner was Ross Maranzo from Keilor Park and he's a Richmond supporter. So I rang him tonight. He's got that being delivered to his house within the next week, and now he gets to watch the AFL Grand Final with a screen that's the size of that, 3 metres. So congratulations to Ross, and thanks very much to the Big Picture People for the competition that they ran throughout the year. It's been awesomely wonderful of them to do so. What we're going to do now, we're just going to do another quick segment before we get everybody up and involved with getting your photos done. What we're going to do here, we're going to introduce it. It's called What Can I Say? All right, what I'm going to do here now, I'm going to ask the boys a series of questions. This is where you just get to answer them with a long-winded answer or a short-winded answer, whatever you want. It can just be a yes or no as we go. What I'll do is I'll ask you the questions and you just give us your answer. Which one of these things gets you the most pumped before a game? Now that I've heard you with The Greatest Showman, that could be in there. But the smell of deep heat, fresh cut grass, pulling on the jumper, strapping on the boots, the footy in your hands, or the sound of the crowd? Which one gets you pumped the most?
Crowd.
All right. Who was the most manicured player at the Collingwood Football Club?
How often do you get a haircut?
Every 2 weeks.
Yeah, Croc's up there. Croc's about every 8 days or something. He gets a haircut.
Croc,
Wow.
Steve-O.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. All right. Do you like running through the banners?
Love it.
Love it.
Love it. Good. Yeah. You have marked the ball. The siren's gone. You're on the 50 to win the game. What type of kick are you going for?
I would fake a hamstring and give it to someone else. Because I would not make the distance.
Yeah, right.
But
Okay.
if I had to, I'd try the barrel.
Yeah, okay, good.
Nah, drop punt.
How would
punt.
make the distance?
Yeah.
No
okay.
way I can.
All right. What are your thoughts on roaming Brian?
Terrible.
Yeah, I can't stand him.
Oh, good.
Scrap
Yes. All right. Yeah, hang on. Yeah, all right. At last, thank you. All right. Would you like to see more Thursday night footy in 2020?
I don't mind it.
Yeah.
Remember, it's yours. I know what the fans will say, but what are your
Oh,
thoughts?
no, I don't mind it. I like it because if we play, we get 3 days off.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. So.
Yes.
All right. What are Collingwood supporters?
Awesome.
Oh, very, very passionate.
Very, very passionate. I like it. Which AFL club do you dislike the most?
Oh, there's so many. Right.
Oi, Richmond.
Yeah, I don't mind Richmond. I don't know. I really don't know. I hate the Eagles, hate Carlton,
Yeah, it's a
hate
hard
the
one.
Giants.
I hear you. All
After
right.
playing them,
Would you play State of Origin if you were called upon?
Absolutely.
no doubt.
No
Absolutely.
doubt. I love that answer. Would you prefer to play in a day or a twilight grand final?
Day, because then we get to party all night.
Day. Yeah.
Nice answer. Would you prefer, sorry, if you were to describe yourself as a car, what sort of a car would you be?
This is fun. I don't know. What would you be?
Jeez. Something with a bit of power, but doesn't have good endurance.
Mustang
You'd be like a GT or something.
or GT?
Yeah, I'd just say that. I don't know, cars.
I don't know what I'd be.
Okay.
Ferrari.
Something that sounds like that. I like that. Who's the funniest bloke at the club?
Oh, there's a lot of funny blokes.
Yeah.
Oh, Steelo makes me laugh.
Yeah, Sidey's probably
Steelo.
the most realistic funny one. There's a lot of blokes who think they're funny.
Yeah, Steelo.
There's a lot that think that. There's only a few that are. Being an AFL footballer is.
Elite.
I was going to say that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good answer
fun.
then. Yeah, let's
Fun.
go with it. Who's a bit tight with their money at the club?
B. Grundy.
Yeah. Pendles and Grundy.
Reynolds and Grundy?
Hence why
Okay.
he won't sign his contract. He wants 10 more bucks.
Yeah, there you go. All right. You heard it here first. Eddie had roof open or closed?
Closed.
Closed.
Yeah, or bulldozed. Who down at the club has got the most swagger?
Cox. Mason Cox.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, but not warranted.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
You're right.
Yeah,
Oh,
baby.
Not warranted. Yeah, okay.
You were going to say someone else.
Croc.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Geordie too. Geordie gets it a bit too.
Yeah, yeah. What is your favourite ground to play on around Australia apart from the MCG?
Adelaide Oval.
Okay.
Yep.
Probably Moodamere Street down in Noble Park.
It's a nice ground. It's a bit brown at the moment, but it's a nice ground. Playing for the Collingwood Football Club is?
An honour.
Oh, it is. It's a privilege.
Good. There you go. Where's all that noise coming from, Ads? Hey, what's better, mark or goal of the year?
Mark of the year's overrated.
Mark of the year
Goal.
is overrated.
Goal of the year.
Goal of the year?
No, I'll say Mark.
Okay. Who's your Brownlow chip for 2019?
Herke Trelaw.
Maybe. Oof. Who do you reckon? Dangerfield, the way he finished is unbelievable.
Yeah.
We probably get 4 best on grounds to finish the year.
Dangerfield, Cripps and Neil.
Yeah, they're probably... probably
And
Dangerfield.
Adsy will be out there.
All right. Collingwood Football Club. Oh, no, we don't have to do that because it's done. What is who's your favourite football commentator? Do you have one?
Bruce.
Yeah, because he calls the game. He doesn't...
Yeah.
He doesn't judge people.
Yeah, okay. Who does their hair the most at the club?
Does their hair?
Mm.
Steve-O does his hair a lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Does it before the games, which is crazy. Like, who does their hair before the game?
Jamie Elliott.
Yeah, Jamie does it a bit.
Oh, yeah.
Very rarely does he look out of place.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. All right. What do you think when you see a poster or merchandise of yourself?
What is that? Yuck.
Yeah, similar.
Wow, okay. All right. And here's your last one. What is your reaction when you see a kid with your number on their back?
Yeah, it's a pretty humbling experience.
Yeah, very
you kind of love it. I think when you go over and chat to them and just see how excited that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because you kind of put yourself in their shoes when you used to do it. So
I've never been able to afford a jersey or have a number on my back when I was younger. It's pretty cool seeing kids have that, or people in general just have that, so that's pretty cool.
I just got goosebumps. That was good. Very nice answer. Boys, you've been nothing but exceptional tonight. Thank you for your candour. Thanks for your honesty. It's brilliant. All I wanted to say now is just thanks to all of you people that came along tonight. If you haven't been to these shows before and you go and you run into other Collingwood supporters, right, Mark? Go and tell them how good a time you had tonight. If you didn't have a good time tonight, don't tell anyone because no one likes a whinger, all right? But if you did, spread the word. Come along and see the shows in 2020 or come along and see more Collingwood ones if Collingwood keep proceeding further into the finals because that's what you want, that's what they want, that's what I want. So keep an eye out for the upcoming shows. You can find them on the That's Good Footy Facebook page and the website. A lot of people say to us, we've never heard of the shows before. How many of you have actually never heard of them before? Hey, good, none of you. All right, that's wonderful, fantastic. Yeah, all right, we know you haven't, Mark. We've got another 4 shows coming up. It's going to be the 4th of September, 11th of September, 18th of September and the 25th of September. You want to know who those shows are going to have appear on them, you've got to keep an eye out on the That's Good for Footy Facebook page. We're going to be doing some corporate shows. We can come to your work and do these particular shows as well. Probably not with these boys, but regardless, we can still come to your end-of-year breakup or a Christmas party. We can bring all the bells and whistles and do it. Thanks to our sponsors, the Framing Queen. There she is right there. She does all the framing of all the stuff that you've seen tonight, all of those things. So well done, Sand. Good stuff. Yeah, put your hands together for Sandy. She does a heap. The Big Picture people, thanks to them for all their support throughout the year. We gave away that $11,000 big screen today. That's fantastic. Comics Lounge, Hamper World, the Hamper. All right. Nice little happy winner there. Cheesecake Shop, Jazz. He's coming down after this. Get ready to cut it. He's just going to do a big lick, I think that's what he said anyway, so that'll be all right. Burley Seacombe, 3D Mini League and Ozcuts. Thanks to Sam. Thanks, mate. Well done, mate. Sam's our sound guy. He looks after all the shows. Thanks to the lovely Sandy. She looks after you at the door. Make sure that you're all pleasant and comfortable and accounted for. All I want to do now is just thank Jeremy Howe and Adam Trelaw. These boys made themselves available now because they're heading into the finals, so you won't see them again, not in this format anyway. So thank you both for being here. I really, really appreciate it. It's been wonderful. All I need to do now is just say thanks to everyone for coming along and being part of the night. This has been the That's Good for Footy panel show. My name's Damien. Thank you and good night. Cheers, everybody. Thank you.
This is what you pray.